Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow is Hunter Renfrow.
Well, Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow. They're not going to draft.
No, they might draft Hunter Renfrow in the 4th or 5th round. Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely.
That late? Yeah.
And they're going to take, boys, Hunter Renfrow, wide receiver from Clemson.
Tiny little
Raiders.
Tiny hands, but this guy can catch every football. I really like the Raiders draft and what they're doing here.
He's going to be an NFL wide receiver. He's going to be an NFL wide receiver 3. I think that's where he ends up. He has the ability to be his ceiling as a number 2 wide receiver.
He's not an alpha, but he could be a devastating complementary piece in the right spot.
I'm worried, why did he work out so bad? Is he that unathletic, or did he not work hard and did not prepare enough for the combine, which might even be worse, I think, in a lot of cases. But he's a good route runner and he gets open, man, and I do like the tape.
3rd down, he's a machine. He certainly looks comfortable running the kind of routes that he's going to have to do. He looks like Edelman when you see the little, in and out scissor routes, and
that's his guy. Remember, he said
the option routes.
He had to pinch himself when he met Wes Welker.
Yeah.
Much like Wes Welker could go see Dr. Robert Leonard because he already has no hair. He looks like he's about 65 up top.
You know what? I saw a guy that I thought was short on tape. Short in as far as height.
Yeah, stature.
I didn't see. Yeah, stature. I didn't see again.
That I don't see how he's going to be simply an average player in the NFL. I mean, I think he can be at worst, a low-end starter and a player that's going to push for Pro Bowls because he finds a way to be productive and make an impact.
Why don't people talk more about Renfrow? And then we saw him up close at the Senior Bowl. And when I would go to the South practices, I'd just be like, he has an innate feel for the game as far as separation, how to get open. And I didn't even really care what he ran. He ran faster. I was almost, to be honest with you, I was almost disappointed he ran in the 4.5s at the Combine because I didn't want people to notice him any more than, his production on the field was outstanding. He's got an innate ability to separate.
He's gonna do all the things he did at Clemson. He'll do at the next level, but better. Just because he's just going to continue to improve. He's going to continue to get stronger, and he's still a work in progress from that standpoint. He was weak as a noodle when he came to Clemson, and now I think he did 7 reps at 225, so he's Hercules now, and from where he came in at, and I'm just excited about his opportunity. He's really developed into a great player, and he may not have some of the measurables, but I promise you he's 6'4", 220 on the football field and can fly. He's as good a player as I've ever coached, ever.
Carr on 3rd and 6. Over the middle, it's caught. 1st down, Renfrow.
But most of all, man, I want to give a shout out to Hunter Renfrow. That boy stepped it up right next to him, and he just know how to get open. He know where to be at. You know what I'm saying? He got the speed to get away. He just know where to be, bro. He just know how to play ball.
I like that we got to see a little bit of him running some routes on the outside, not just being 100% in the slot. He's got some work to do there.
He showed in highlights that he can do a lot of different things. He can take short passes and take them long, and he can get behind you too. So
where you want to see a guy who is now seeing the field slow down. As a rookie, he needed time to get acclimated, and I think we're starting to see it. He always works back to the ball and has the ability to work away from a defender no matter what type of coverage he throws at him.
Football players come in all shapes and sizes, and you can't ever judge a book by its cover. When he puts that helmet on, he's Superman, and that's what I love about the game of football. Football players come in all shapes and sizes, and you can't ever judge a book by its cover. When he puts that helmet on, he's Superman, and that's what I love about the game of football.
A Soccer T high school legend, he's a Clemson Tigers legend, he's going to be a Raiders legend.
Carr to fake, steps up in the pocket, throws high in the air, it's caught. What a catch by Renfrow. How Can he put that ball?
Hunter Renfrow, who in my opinion now is not a number 3 anymore. I think Hunter Renfrow, with what he showed on Sunday, he can move up to be a number 2 guy. And just rock with me here. He could go up to be a number 2 guy. He could be out of the slot. He could also line up outside. He could do a lot of different things because he's smart. He's smart and he's a good route runner, and he knows exactly how to get open. It's not necessarily just being the fastest dude or the strongest dude. He just knows how to get open and how to make himself available for the quarterback.
Hunter Renfrow. We got ourselves a slot wide receiver. We got ourselves the Damian Amendola, the Wes Welker, the Julian Edelman, whatever his name is, I don't really care. Julian Edelman, that's what it is. We got that now.
He's actually outstanding laterally. His lateral movements are great. But like you said, he deals with contact a little bit less. What I like about him in the slot is you can use him in motion a little bit more, and you can pretty much guarantee, for the most part, maybe stacked alignments as well, bunched alignments. And he's going to get that free release. He's going to be able to accelerate into most of his routes, and that's when he gets very dangerous.
He's still making those third downs. He's still Mr. Reliable.
The guy shows a lot of ability, and there's a lot of God-given ability there that you quote-unquote can't teach.
Huge upside, but he's not like Calvin Johnson, where
no.
I'd say, yep, he's going to be a 10-year, catch 80 passes a year, all-pro.
Great after the catch. Whenever he caught a ball in space, he was able to slice between 2 defenders and pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
Now, he does struggle with length from time to time just because he is a shorter guy. So those longer arm defenders are really going to give him troubles from time to time, but his effort is a major plus. That's something that I wrote down in red ink. He plays so hard on every single play, and it just seems like he takes it as a criticism that a lot of people are saying, yeah, he's shorter.
Renfrow back to return this spot from the 25. And Hunter Renfrow with a nice return, staying on his feet. Great balance to break it into Miami territory. Renfrow takes it back to the...
Renfrow is a perfect example where he comes up to the top of his stem and he's able to, he stutter steps, gets his feet pistoning, and then he'll hard plant a jab step, and it forces the defender to commit to one side or another, and that throws the defender off balance just enough that Renfrow can cut the other way, and he is so quick that he creates all the separation you need to get him the ball, and just that quickness at the top of the stem gives him a cushion. Renfrow does this, successfully again and again and again against both zone and soft man-to-man coverages. And look, he primarily attacks the middle of the field, but Renfrow has fantastic feet around the sideline too, and I think this is what you're talking about. He makes adjustments and he hauls in catches that he shouldn't be able to make.
I don't think he's truly a sole slot receiver. I think he'll profile best there. But you see him do these almost wheel routes and actually be put in positions with balls that are a little bit off target and make adjustments up in the air. I don't know many pure slot receivers that go up in the air and make adjustments with their body the way that Hunter Renfrow does. And in some way, that is what reminds me a little bit of Julian. Is he has that spectacular catch. He has a little bit of that it factor.
Because it makes it so much easier for a quarterback. He's smart, he's on page with the quarterback, and here's another play where he does the same exact thing. Grabs the ball and then he turns upfield and makes some plays. Now, talking about playmaking and making plays, Hunter Renfrow actually is one of the best players with the ball in his hands.
Full distance to punt right here. Sam Martin, the former Lion, but he gets it away. We are inside. Back is Renfrow, driven back to about his own 39. Hang of 4-4. Second consecutive. Good return by Renfrow. Flag is thrown. The punter to beat, and there he goes. As of now, he's in. That's a touchdown return and a punt of 60 yards. But let's see what the flag is all about.
During the return of the kick, personal foul, blindside block, receiving team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
He is tiny, but I think he's an interesting playmaker. Yeah, I think solid defines him. To me, he's a number 2, number 3 NFL receiver. Not really all that explosive, but I think he's a good, solid player.